This is one of the most remote spots in New Zealand, so Jackson and I have had to take a helicopter to get here. Today I've got paua on the menu, known to the rest of the world as abalone. They are a true New Zealand delicacy and often referred to as black gold. So tell me more about paua. What are they exactly?
It's sort of like a snail, like what's called their tongue at the bottom of it, and they've got their shell on the outside, and they'll walk around. When you first see the shell, you think it's quite an ugly looking sort of creature. You get lots of moss and growth on the outside, but once you take the meat out, it's got a beautiful blue and green and purples sort of swirl on the inside of the shell.
What are the logistics?
So with the pauas in abalone in New Zealand, you're actually not allowed to harvest them on air. The only way you're allowed to take them is by holding your breath.
Now, being on the west coast here, there's quite a few sharks around.
They do get a lot of great whites working in this area. There's seal colonies not far from where we are.
Yeah.
So they'll be feeding on the seals. We're going to be more than safe enough right up in the shallow.
If this proves to be a lucky spot, I'm going to make some delicious and unique meals with paua. First, I'll make paua sushi with teriyaki sauce and fresh vegetables. Then I'll make roasted mushrooms stuffed with a creamy paua sauce. And finally, a paua fritter and pancake stack with fresh basil pesto.
As soon as you get close to them, they can sort of sense your movement, and they see the blocking of the light.
Right.
And they'll suck hard against the rock. So you're best to get the plastic paua tool. Plastic's not sharp, so it's not going to damage the paua. Slip it underneath the paua, whip it off. Did you notice that most of the paua is sort of congregating in the gutters? Because that's where all the wash comes through. So that's where all the food is.
Wow, that was brilliant! Those are the biggest paua I've ever seen.
There's quite a few, wasn't there?
There was heaps.
Did you see that seal when we were hopping out?
I saw something in the water. That was pretty big.
Quickly, eat him! Eat him, not me!
I wasn't sure what it was, but yeah, it was a seal, eh?
Yeah, it's just a big seal popping. He obviously came to see what we were up to.
And we found also 3 crayfish as well to put in the bag, which is outstanding because you can never get enough crayfish. I reckon we can combine the crayfish and the paua and do a dish with those together, you know?
That'd be interesting.
I'm setting up my outdoor kitchen today at the foot of the West Coast Mountains. What a great location here on the southwest coast of New Zealand. Marvellous. So I've got my paua from this morning, so I want to give them a bit of a clean. I'm just using a stone and I'm rubbing the base of the paua here, taking off any sand or any foreign matter that's on there. To take out the fleshy meat from the shell, you get your fingers and you put them down the side of the paua and you pull and twist, and then it pops out. And as it pops out, you have all the guts that you don't want, and you just run your thumb under the main muscle there, and there you have a nice, clean paua. And we'll give that shell a bit of a clean on the inside, and there you have that beautiful looking shell on the inside. The first dish I'm making today is paua sushi. Paua are a very strong, muscular shellfish, so therefore we need to tenderize them. Start by cutting off the edges of the paua. And what I can do with those is mince those off and use them in another dish. Place the paua inside a tea towel and beat them as flat as you can with a mallet or rolling pin. Now finally slice the flesh. The other way to tenderize the paua is you can drop it in some boiling water just for a minute or so, and that will tenderize it as well. Next, we need to cook off our sushi rice. Add 1 cup of Japanese short grain sushi rice to 3 cups of water. And as you can see, about a centimetre of water above the rice. Put a lid on it, and that's going to take about 20 minutes to cook through. Get a pan on the heat with 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Chop up 2 cloves of garlic and add that to the pan. Slice up half a red onion and a quarter of a red capsicum and add those as well. And we're just going to saute those off. Next, we're going to add our paua to the pan. Add a teaspoon of coconut sugar, a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce. And we'll toss those around. Paua is loaded with vitamins and minerals. Iron, iodine, your B vitamins. No wonder it's so expensive, over $100 a kilo. And that pawa's cooked through, and I'm happy with that. The rice is cooked now, so take it off the heat and stir through 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. And the rice wine vinegar will help it bind and stick, and it'll give it a nice flavour too. And it goes to cool. It's really important to let the rice cool down, otherwise it gets really gluggy to use while you're rolling up your sushi. Next we need some pickled ginger. We're going to make our own pickled ginger from fresh. Take a large piece of ginger and trim off all the skin. Now use a peeler to slice thin strips off the ginger. So ginger is traditionally used to cleanse the palate in between different variations of fish. So that ginger's ready. Cut a small piece of beetroot and peel the skin off. Drop the beetroot into a jar of white wine vinegar and then add the ginger. See, as I stir that up, that vinegar's going pink and the ginger is going to absorb that colour from the beetroot. So we're going to let that marinate for another 10 minutes. So the next stage is to roll the sushi. To do this, you need a bamboo sushi mat. Place a piece of nori sushi paper down so the lines in the paper are horizontal with the mat. Now start spreading rice onto the sushi paper. I totally recommend that you make your own sushi. It's so easy and so healthy. You can make up your own recipes like I am today. Move the rice right out to the edges so you're using the entire roll. Now line the middle of the sushi with the filling, starting with the pawa first and then the vegetables. In goes the ginger. So I like to put the ginger in with the sushi. It's a real nice flavour, it's a good hit, and it's different, and I like to be different. So this is the most important part, and fun too. So you fold across the middle, okay, and then get a grip, and then fold it over, and let the bamboo mat do the work, and roll it, roll it, roll it, turn it over, and squeeze, and roll, and look at that. And then we have our sushi roll. So all I need now is a very sharp knife. So we want a slightly wet tea towel so we can wipe our knife real clean, and then we're going to slice it. So we want to slice it in about 1-inch slices. Wipe the sticky rice from your knife with a damp tea towel between every slice. That way you get a clean cut each time. Until you've sliced the whole roll. Serve the sushi with some soy sauce, pickled ginger and wasabi. And there we have it, pawa sushi with teriyaki. Time for the taste. My favourite time, of course. Put a soya. So we've brought a bit of Japan to the west coast. Teriyaki pawa sushi. Wow, those flavours work so well together. I've never seen anything like it or tasted anything like it, and I'm really proud of what I've made today. So easy, so fresh. I fully recommend you try this. Yum.